Hey everybody, on today's episode, we are gonna make some poor man's burnt ends. Look what I found here, a USDA choice pot roast, and it was on sale. So we are gonna go and we're gonna make us some poor man's burnt ends. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So let's get started. All right, I've seen this done a few times and I was really hoping to do this myself one of these days, and I finally found the opportunity. So we're gonna give it a shot. So I've seen this done a couple different ways where they've coated the whole piece of meat and then cut it up into cubes later. And then I also saw how to BBQ right, went ahead and cut it into cubes first, then put it all in the rub and then cooked it. And that way it had a nice coat all the way around, good smoke all the way around. And I think that's a method we're gonna try today. So I'm gonna take this out of the pack, get some of the blood off, and we'll get it cut up in cubes. All right, we're just gonna wipe this off a bit here. Take a look and see if we need to do any trimming here. And then after that, we'll get it cubed up. Pretty nice and thick, so I think it's gonna make us some nice, juicy, burnt ends. All right, taking a look at the back here. It's got a little bit of heavy fat, a little bit of fat there. Let me get out my carving knife. All right, let's just kind of take a look and see here. Probably gonna leave a little bit of that on there, maybe to come off in the cubes. When I start cutting the cubes, we'll kind of check those out as we go. We'll just play it by ear. Get a little internal fat here that we're not gonna want. All right, let's just start cubing this up. We'll go from there. We're gonna do it in about 1-inch cubes. I think for 10 bucks, this is gonna give us pretty nice output. Just kind of take a look at these as we're cutting them up. I mean, things like that, we're definitely not gonna eat. It's gonna leave us a pretty small little morsel on that one. So we might have a little bit of waste here, but we'll be cooking everything anyway and just going with it. And just see what we get in the end. I don't think we'll get any meat off that. We'll just leave that. And I don't think we're getting anything off that one, so we're just gonna toss that baby. And let's just toss this one. Okay. You know, I think the best thing to do is just leave that on. Now let's cut a little bit of that off. I don't want to mess up the cube, so I'm hoping that'll render down later, and we'll just go from there at the end and just kind of see how it is. If you don't like some of the meat you chew, just spit it out. That's my modus operandi. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape here, so I'm gonna get the rub. We'll get them rubbed up, and we'll get the grill fired up. And today, I'm gonna use one of my favorite combinations, and that's Killer Hog's Hot Barbecue Rub. And then also, we'll top it off with the Montreal steak seasoning. You can definitely use your favorite brisket rubs. We're gonna treat this just as we were doing a brisket. So we're just gonna get a nice layer of the barbecue rub on these. We'll try to get it all spread around. We're just trying to coat these, nice even coat all over. Then once we do, we're gonna put it on this sheet rack for cooking purposes so we can get the airflow all the way around them nicely. Just do our best here to get a good coat all the way around each one. May have to do a little individual turning and shaking. Nothing wrong with that. Got 4 sides to coat here, plus some ends. We'll do our best. You know, use as much rub as you want on these. They'll make more for you. You can always buy more. So put a good coating on. Not gonna hurt anybody. Let's kind of get these spread out again, and then we will put on the steak seasoning. All right, let's do the steak seasoning. All right, I'm gonna let that just sit a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna flip them and do the other sides. All right, let's flip these over. These I'm not going to worry quite as much about getting this on all sides, but we'll do our best. Definitely want the barbecue rub spread around for sure. That's going to give it that good barbecue flavor. And this rub never disappoints. All right, let's let that sit on a couple minutes. I'll do some coating on the sides. We'll get it on the cooling rack. All right, now that our rubs are kind of set, we've got our mozzarella steak seasoning on for our texture. We're going to get these on these cooling racks. And this is going to help just promote some airflow around the side of them. Make sure we get cooking on all sides. This should really help them cook nicely. Got a couple little guys. We'll keep an eye on those. I'm sure they'll cook a little quicker. Looks like this rack will be just about perfect space-wise. Get rid of that little hanger on. Probably wouldn't cook right. All right, so let's go fire up the grill. We'll let those sit even a little while longer, and then we'll get them cooking. It's another beautiful sunny day in Phoenix. It's going to be 96 degrees today. We're going to fire up the Traeger. We don't have to cook it quite as low and slow as we do like a brisket. So we're going to fire it up to 275 for our first part of the cook. Hit the ignite button. And here we are. We'll let this thing heat up. We'll get those on. This is our Traeger Silverton 810 model. All right, we're preheated. Our burnt ends are ready to go on the grill. Let's take them out there and get them on. Fired up and ready. The nice thing about this is we just got to put the rack straight on. We're just going to put it right here like this. We'll get these cooking. All right, it's been 2 hours. We've had these on. We're giving them a peek. We got a pretty good bark around all of them, it looks like here. I'm just gonna do an internal temp just to see. We got 173, 175, 180. So we're doing pretty well here. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get these wrapped up and sauced for a bit. All right, so now we're gonna enter the breakdown process. What we're gonna do, just to cook them a little longer, is we're going to take a half a cup of beef broth. Then we're going to take a cup of Blue Hog's original barbecue sauce. I really love this stuff. So that one gets us to a cup and a half, a little bit farther, right there. It's got to be pretty good. This stuff tastes delicious. All right, let's get this mixed up just a little bit. All right, let's pour that on top of them. Got a nice pan where we can contain everything. Ooh. Our covering it up with aluminum foil is going to help them contain that. Going to help these contain that steam. Going to really help break these down and get these cooked. Just a little nice. Little bite-sized nuggets. Pardon the noise. All right, we're gonna go put these on the grill for about an hour and then we'll see how they're doing. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see how we look. Headed on another hour. Ooh, look at that steam coming out. They look good. Let's do the squish test. We want to see if they're nice and squishy, almost where they fall apart. I don't know the temperature of them, probably around 200 or so. It's about what a brisket. Yeah, you can really kind of feel that. Pushing apart, but not too much. And then what we're going to do is let's just mix it up just a little bit. Just get all the goodness of that broth, that barbecue sauce all mixed in. These things are probably going to be pretty hot. So I'm gonna let these rest about 10 minutes and then we're gonna give them a try. All right, I don't have my camera person, so we're just gonna duck down here a little bit, try to get on the camera. Here's our taste test. Let's see how these poor man's burnt ends taste. Super beefy flavor. Not as soft as I thought it'd be. Not bad. Not just falling apart. But, oh, tasty. I think I'd say overall, I mean, for 10 bucks, got me a couple meals here. This is great flavor. You just can't go wrong with this. I think anytime you could get a bargain like this, cook it up, give things a try, experiment a little bit, it's like the best time to do that. If it didn't work, it was out 10 bucks. If it's pretty good, that's a win. If it's excellent, that's a real victory. I'd call this a win. This is super delicious. I love it. All right, so I was happy to do another barbecue video. We did a couple of griddle videos, and those were fun. It's good to get back to your basic barbecue. So get out there, get cooking. Buy you a grill if you don't have one. Buy you a pellet grill. Buy you a drum smoker. Buy you an offset smoker. Buy you a griddle. Just get out there, get outdoors, get cooking, because it's a lot of fun. So we'll see you when we do the next video. Keep on a grilling, keep on a barbecuing, because we're all jonesing for some barbecue. Buy you what do you call those? Sidecars? Side steps? All right, this may take apart a couple of our meats, but that's okay. I have no idea what I'm saying.